If you stand in the deep south of the African continent, you'll find yourself staring into an ocean of copper. These are the shifting dunes of the Kalahari, baking under a relentless sun. Dominating the middle of Botswana is the Central Kalahari Game Reserve. Spanning 52,000 square kilometers, it stands as the second largest protected area on Earth. To put that scale into perspective, this wilderness easily swallows up countries like Denmark. But this massive footprint comes with a punishing reality. Out here, the horizon stretches infinitely across parched terrain and fossilized river valleys, where surface water is practically non-existent. It is a landscape that actively defies biology. Looking at this heavy sky and these isolated acacia trees, the human eye interprets this immense scale as a lifeless void. That perceived silence hides a different reality. Beneath the golden grasslands and shifting sands, the Kalahari supports a complex, robust ecosystem. The central pressure here is absolute. Everything breathing in this desert survives without a drop of permanent surface water for the vast majority of the year. This absence of water creates an extreme biological filter, where staying alive requires a complete reimagining of how a body interacts with heat. The Kalahari forces every living thing to architect specific strategies of endurance, turning a lethal landscape into a stage for biological persistence. The most immediate threat is the sun, and the first defense against it is physical engineering. Along the dry riverbeds of the Aob and Mosob, ancient camelthorn trees provide the structural foundation for this defense. Look closely into their branches, and you'll spot these massive structures. Nests of the sociable weaver bird, a single one weighing over a ton. These function as organic fortresses. The birds weave thick, insulating roofs that maintain an internal microclimate, shielding generations of chicks from the lethal daytime heat. Mammals rely on specialized physical traits. Following the herds through this unforgiving terrain are the legendary black-maned Kalahari lions. These apex predators possess a leaner, more muscular build than their northern counterparts. Their distinctive dark manes absorb heat, serving as a signal of health and power in an environment that eliminates the weak. The human residents have mastered this terrain through ancestral knowledge. The Sand People track hidden roots and tubers to pull hydration directly from the earth. For the permanent residents of the Kalahari, survival is achieved by building a strict physiological and architectural harmony with the extreme heat. While some build permanent defenses, others rely on rapid exploitation. This tactic is triggered by a single event, the brief, intense arrival of the summer rains shattering the long, dry season. The ecological reaction is immediate. Dry, fossilized riverbeds like Deception Valley absorb the sudden moisture and erupt into a vibrant carpet of green grasses. This temporary bloom acts as a signal, drawing massive, calculated migrations of springbok and gemsbok herds looking to graze. This biological cycle is a massive gamble. The herds expend immense energy marching across the sand to reach a fleeting, unpredictable window of life. To see what happens when water stays, we must travel to the geographical extremes where liquid permanently meets the sand. Threading through the dry earth is the Botswana River, a dramatic boundary line between survival and total dust. Because water is so scarce, the banks of the Botswana become a high-density arena where thousands of mammals converge out of pure necessity. The result is a tense, crowded intimacy. In this dusty chaos, massive herds of zebra and wildebeest stand shoulder to shoulder with predators. Nearby is a second water-driven anomaly, the vast Makbarigari salt pans. During the dry season, this is an alien, desolate plain of white salt. Walking across the cracked surface feels like stepping onto a distant moon. But when the seasonal floods finally reach these plains, they transform into a shallow mirror of the sky, drawing massive clouds of flamingos that settle over the water in a breathtaking pink blur. The presence of water in the Kalahari acts as a powerful magnet, forcing the desert's most intense, crowded battles for survival into sharp focus. The heavy architectural nests, the calculated migrations across the dust, the truces along the riverbanks, they all reveal the reality of this landscape. The stark minimalism of the Kalahari strips away the tangled visual noise of the jungle. With so little cover to hide behind, the food chain plays out on an unobstructed stage with cinematic clarity. This is an uncompromising arena. Every drop of water and every patch of shade is fiercely won, exposing the absolute limits of biology. Looking at these endless sand dunes, it is easy to assume that a landscape empty of civilization is a void. In this desolate silence, the noise of modern life falls away, revealing a landscape defined by the profound, singular focus required to stay alive. This ecosystem is a monumental reality that demands to be witnessed firsthand. This wilderness stands as a monument to resilience, preserving a specific, untouched beauty for those brave enough to look closer. If this journey moved you, hit the subscribe button and join us for the next grand adventure.